You say you're feeling lonely. If you ever need a shoulder, you know where to find me. Stop chasing all the city lights. Breathe me in, go on and take your bite. Count on me to make you come alive. You know where to find me tonight. You know where to find me tonight. Find me tonight.
You've been talking about patience, hoping for everlasting. You're known for talking crazy. I know it's infatuation. You know how I feel inside. You know what is real and I rock with your vibe, but I don't think that we should tie. I know for real, I know the deal. So please set me free. Just let me be. I know for real, I know the deal. So please set me free. Just let me be.
Go.
Just let me be. I got a lot to say. I hope you don't feel no way. I hope you don't make the same mistakes when you blow the flame. You're kind of obsessive to me. You're kind of too strong on your feet. I can't say that I guarantee, but I know what you mean to me. I know for real, I know the deal. So please set me free. Just let me be. I know for real, I know the deal. So please set me free. Just let me be. Just let me be.
All right, guys, welcome back. And I say welcome back as if you have been here before, but unless you are from NA and watch us consistently, this is your first time probably checking out the main XP channel. So welcome. Very happy to have you here. My name is Drew, owner of XP League, caster. Well, I guess kind of caster, not really consistently, but I try to do whatever I can to make sure that we get our awesome teams on stream. But this is our first XPEU matchup that we're having here on the main stage or the mainstream, whatever you want to call it. Excited to have them as we have MES taking on .WRLD. So it should be a great matchup. A couple Division 1 squads. And just to kind of give a little background, .WRLD did not play in Season 1, so this will be the first time I'm going to see him. This is going to be the first time probably some of you have seen him. However, from what I've gathered, you guys pretty much know everyone in the region, so they're definitely not going to be new to you. On the other side, MES, I believe, did make it to the losers finals in Division 1 last season. So they are definitely a team that has kind of proven themselves. However, from kind of what I've gathered from Boz and the admins and other people that were putting the divisions together, Division 1 this season is a lot deeper. So there's a lot more teams, so there's a lot more talent overall. But this should be a fun matchup, and I do kind of want to go over the rosters here really quick as well. MES, I'm not sure if they changed their roster from last season, but I do recognize some of these players: Yafty, BDD, Whiplash, and Escalara. And then on the side of World, looks like we have Malds, we have Shiro, Donkers, Liam, and then I think Orts is going to be a sub. I don't know who's actually going to be starting for him. I will be able to tell here shortly as we're getting closer to everyone getting lobbied up. But it should be a fun matchup, and it's going to be fun for me because I'm going to learn a lot about kind of what the talent level is like in EU. And obviously, I say EU, but this is actually going to be kind of a wider distance matchup than what we usually see, as MES, I believe, is in Qatar. So we have quite a spread here. Me in North America, I assume that the World Squad is UK based, and then obviously in Qatar, as I just said. So we have people from all over the world, which is great. That's kind of exactly why we do what we do, to bring people together. So that's going to be a lot of fun, but I do want to get into the maps and modes of this series before we get started, and let's go check them out. And this is what we're going to see in the matchup. Is we're going to be starting out with an Embassy Hardpoint, going to a Hotel S&D, Hotel Control, Fortress Hardpoint, and then finishing up with an Asilo S&D if we do get to that map number 5. But it's a good matchup on paper, I think, at least from a viewer standpoint. Embassy is a entertaining but also not as chaotic as Fortress Hardpoint. Rotations are important, but there's a lot of time that can be contested on that map. There's really only a couple hills that you see rack up a lot of time on. Obviously, if one team is substantially better at winning gunfights than the other, that may change. But in even matchups, there's a lot of hills where you can keep things messy. And even if you aren't winning those rotations and holding things down for a lot of time, you can make things very difficult and kind of give yourself more opportunities on the road by kind of keeping that clock from ticking too far, but also keeping your opponent off of the scoreboard. Then heading to Hotel S&D, a map that we've seen played quite a bit, at least I have, and I think it's as popular overall, as it's a very, very fair S&D map. But with that said, the offensive teams on this map need to do a good job of capitalizing on First Bloods, and if you do get them, making sure that you're playing off each other to either get that bomb down or pushing your advantage some way. Kind of what I see in the amateur scene in ranks overall is teams getting that first blood, but not really knowing what to do with it after that. Excited to see how these squads decide to play it, and if the play style is a little bit different from NA to EU. Then we're going to Hotel Control, another very balanced control map. Obviously, only 3 to choose from, but out of the 3, this and probably Asilo are the 2 that are probably the best to watch, but also most even in the grand scheme of things. So excited to see how that's going to play out. Then we're going to Fortress Hardpoint, assuming that we do get to a map number 4, and I've seen teams play this a lot of different ways, seen them play it more rotation heavy, seen them play it more, kind of focusing on the breaks and going for scrap time and not really worrying about rotations. And I've seen it multiple different ways. So really curious to see how these squads decide to play it and which kind of ends up being that more successful route. And then finally, Asilo S&D, a little bit different than Hotel, as Hotel is usually pretty one-sided in terms of which bomb site you go to. That's somewhat similar in a silo, but I think both are somewhat viable depending on, you know, where your first blood goes, kind of playing off of where you see your opponent. Obviously, that's just kind of S&D in a nutshell, but I think a silo is a little bit more viable to attack a couple different sites versus just that main site there towards bottom bedroom, as we see on Hotel. But guys, this is a little bit different than probably what you see on most of the XP EU streams, as they are done on casters' channels, which is great. We love being able to help them grow their viewer base and numbers and all that. But for the most part, whenever the matches go down, I'm not going to have my cam on. It's all going to be gameplay focused. That's exactly what we're going for. So it's not going to be as kind of just talking with chat, which I don't think at the moment matters anyways, because no one's really communicating. So that doesn't matter a whole lot. But anyways, guys, before we get this match started, I'm going to throw you to a quick intermission. When we come back, it'll hopefully be map number 1 starting up pretty quickly here. But don't go anywhere, as we will be back very, very shortly. And we are ready for the start of map number 1 of this best of 5 series, MES taking on .WRLD. And this should be a fun one. MES is going to be in pink on the mini-map, .WRLD in red. And we're off and running here as we're going to be hopping out with Liam right away, as he's going to be watching this side door. First touch on the hill is going to be for .WRLD. And Whiplash going to be coming from the front side. Yafty, oh my lord, is that going to be a quick 3 down in favor MES? At least Liam does find a big 2 there to at least keep things going a little bit for his squad, to not keep allow them to get totally wiped out. But we are seeing on the minimap a couple of players for .WRLD trying to rotate over towards that P2 hill already, as you don't expect to get a lot of time here on P1. That usually split here, especially on this game where all hills always right in the middle for hard point. You don't really expect to lock things down for a substantial amount of time, but it seems like on this map you do see teams win close matches on that P1. So Donkers, though, trying to stay alive here. He is able to actually escape. Liam's going to come from the front side, getting it taken out. Is .WRLD able to win the trades for the most part on this P2 hill? And just like that, they're going to be the first ones to get the touch. But on the backside, PDD trying to work his way through the back. Are they going to do that? That sounds pop. It's not going to happen. He's able to find one. Not able to find anything more than that, as a big trade does come in from this .WRLD squad. And Whiplash is going to be able to fly in here. He knows someone's at this close door. He's going to be able to find him. It's not going to happen, as he actually almost gets the gunfight win, but wasn't able to finish it off, as .WRLD continues to get the time here. Not a ton accrued in the grand scheme of things, but I feel like that's kind of how this map usually goes. There's not a lot of time where you lock in for 60 or 50, whatever it is. As Whiplash did see one. He does get the kill. Liam trying to find the... Oh, Liam actually did drop. I'm sorry. Shuro was able to get the trade. But it's going to be Mold over here at this next hills. He finally does take out Escalera. Oh my god, he almost took out BDD as well. But I'm curious to see how Host is going to affect things on this map. Obviously, being quite a bit of distance apart, it should in theory favor the Host. But sometimes that can kind of work against you as well. So we'll see how this plays out as WRLD able to win this rotation. Well, I said they were going to win the rotation. Just like that, it's not going to work out for him as MES to get that clear. But still, no time being gathered here for MES, as they do finally get their first substantial touch and with a lot of space to work with. But without WRLD trying to work their way through this backside of the map. And Whiplash is going to be up top, able to find a couple as he's locking things down. Him and BDD win the gunfights, and Escalera gets the 4th, as they should be able to drop this deficit rather quickly, as we're looking like we're going to be close to tied up after 3 hills. And that's not all that shocking on this map. Now this P4 hill, this is definitely one where teams can really kind of dig their heels in and get a substantial amount of time. There are a lot of avenues to work your way into this point, but there's also a lot of areas as the team that's holding to kind of find cheeky corners and try to get that full 60. But so far, MES was able to win the rotation from the front side, and they're going to be the ones that are going to be able to lock in here potentially. But when Maul's able to find one good read, good kill, gets a stun on the second. This has been a really good job for him, as he's able to find a second. BDD trying to work from the front side, but Shiro is there. I believe to take him. Actually, I'm sorry, BDD was coming down the main hallway. And that's a nice recovery from .WRLD there. Didn't worry too much about kind of anchoring, just piling in and risking being all taken out at one time. I think 1 or 2 people died, but they still had a couple players in the back, so they still in theory had numbers from the backside. The spawns came in and worked out very well for them, as they are going to get the rest of this time, and they're going to have about a 40-second lead as we head towards P5, which is the last hill of this first rotation. And Whiplash doing his thing. He's on a 3 spree, 14-8 overall at the start here. He's definitely doing what he can for the team. I don't know if he hears the players that are back behind him. It doesn't sound like it, as they might be able to work their way through. And nope, they're definitely not. That's going to be 2 down in favor of .WRLD. And May, could not be 3, as Yafty somehow won that gunfight. And that's going to be a clear for .WRLD, as they are able to break in. Oh my god, I thought Shuro somehow got the double kill, but was not able to complete it. And now it's just an absolute battle on the hill, as Mold is here. He knows there's some players out the side door. And this has been a battle of trade so far, but Liam, is he able to finish it off? He's not able to, as Yappy continues to fight for the scrap time. And I don't really hate this. I feel like scrap time is a decent way to try and play hardpoint in this game. It's very, very difficult to lock hills down for a substantial amount of time, especially on most of these maps. And we're seeing World has continued to battle for all this time. Actually, really both teams, and you see how close it is on the scoreboard. 23-point lead for .World, and P1, definitely not one of those hills we're going to see any team gather a whole bunch of time. Watching mid-map, it's going to be Escalera as he does find one. Worried about the top window push-out. Not going to be happening quite yet as these players for .World trying to anchor down, and it's going to be in the favor of MES as they are able to win the gunfights, but it's been an empty 25 seconds so far. You would think there's been an opportunity for at least one team to get some type of time. It just hasn't happened. As Whiplash flies on the top window, he gets taken out. And really nobody even close to getting back to these spawns for P2, but it's going to be .World the first ones to rotate over here. And this is looking very similar to the rotation on the first time through. And it's just going to be Liam on this side staircase. Knows one here. That's going to be a kill from his Molds. Actually does find a couple. And out to be Escalera, who's going to have to try to push through the front side. Not able to find the first, and now the focus is going to come from the side in the hallways, and it's not going to be working out for MES as .World starting to push that lead up a little bit here. And a streak is going to be coming in. I'm not really sure who's using it. Looks like it is Whiplash. He's not going to find anything, but Yafty and Escalera actually do find the kills, and BDD finds a third, and just like that, the streak may not have resulted in any kills, but it definitely pushed those players into the pre-fire, or the L-trigger. Oh my god, sure, with another bullet was a gunfight. Push those players into the L-triggers of MES, and just played very well, but just like that, in response, MES is going to drop, and that's going to be more time in favor of World, so worked out very well for them in the end. As they get the streak out, they're able to get the time as well. And that's just kind of a compounding mistake for MES there. But something to keep in mind, this is the World host. So if there's any map that you expect that World to look really, really good on, it should be this one. Next map is going to be very telling as to what direction this series is going to go. Shuro does have a player down below with them. Is he going to be able to time this right? It's not going to happen as he peeks up and immediately gets taken out. And with a good hold here, or with the, well, I guess the break has already kind of happened as Liam did get a couple, but Whiplash is here. He gets taken out. And with a good hold here, World, it might be able to push this to a lead that is not going to be able to be taken back by MES. But Escalera, oh my god, the team shots there as he gets taken out. It was about to finish off Shuro. But the help from his teammate saves his life, and that's going to be forward out in favor of .World, and this lead continues to grow. Yaffy trying to find these players in the hill, not able to do it, and now we're heading over towards this P4 hill as BDD is able to find the first kill. And finally, MES might be able to rack up a little bit of time here, but they need a perfect hold if they're going to work their way back into this. And even then, it's still going to be an uphill battle. BDD trying to hold things down, making things difficult for World. Even if he dies, he at least bought a lot of time and gave a lot of information to MES, and with a 100-point deficit, MES needs all the information and time they can get here. That's a mean Molds with the first blow, but good team shot. Does Liam was there as well. Liam able to find that player on the close head. He's going to lose the gunfight as the numbers were still there for MES, and they do hold serve here on the first break. It's up for World. The beauty for the situation with World here is they can just continue to push scrap that. They can kind of nickel and dime their way to that 250-point mark. They don't have to hold anything for a substantial amount of time. They can just break in with 10, 15 seconds left, and over a course of 2 or 3 hills, they're eventually going to win. So we'll see how they decide to play this, but it looks exactly like what they're going to be doing as they're going to be approaching that 230-point mark. And Shuro's luckily get taken out there. Very unfortunate as he couldn't quite get the timing on the pull-up or the mantle. Oh my god, Whiplash almost lost that gunfight. Molds in the hill is going to be able to get the trade, but the numbers are still here for MES as the bait and switch are going to come in, and just like that, MES are able to break back in. But even though they've had the rotations and the numbers for the last 2 hills, they haven't actually closed the deficit whatsoever, and here come the kills for .World. They're able to break in. Whiplash, the last one here, able to find 2, but just isn't able to do quite enough. As Moles is able to find 3 in a row, 30 and 24 overall, 5 seconds left for .World. This is likely to be their map as they take a commanding 1-0 lead. And you see the slang discrepancy. Actually, I guess the slang wasn't that much different in the grand scheme of things, considering it was over a 100-point win. Really not that much different on the scoreboard. But keep in mind, you know, the host situation. I know that doesn't come into play a ton in NA, but when you're that far apart, UK versus, you know, Qatar, that's quite a difference. But either way, a really good start for the side of .World. From what I've been told, a T32 team. Love to see that kind of talent, and we're seeing it on full display here as they look very, very good in map number 1 and take a 1-0 lead as we head to Hotel S&D. But before we do that, I'm going to throw to a quick intermission. When we come back, it will be map number 2 S&D. We are back for map number 2. .World with the 1-0 lead after a 250-141 win on Embassy Hardpoint. Impressive showing, but now it's going to be an opportunity for MES to strike back here in map number 2. And we are going to see some aggression right away towards that B site. That's not something you see a whole lot, but you have to getting a lot of information here. Calls out. You see the rotation coming in very quickly from MES. And are they going to be able to find the timing here before the bomb gets out? And Escalator actually does poke open that side door, does get shots in, as BDD is able to get a couple sniper kills, and that is huge. He's able to get the door open, I believe, with a grenade of some kind, as Moles is going to be here, able to find one. The sniper is going to be down. He actually does get the door closed as well, but Yafty's going to find Donkers on the backside, and this is likely to be a round win unless Moles can go crazy, able to find a second. Does pop the dead silence, and he's just going to hang in the corner. I like this patience. And shots are coming in, and nice win there by MES as they responded almost immediately to the call out that there was some footsteps over towards the B site. And a really nice play overall. But Mole's trying to make it interesting. Found that big second kill, and as soon as he got the dead silence, you never know what can happen. And I thought I liked the patience there, but MES was ready for it, and they shut things down very, very quickly. So it's going to be a 1-0 lead for MES, as they're going to be now on offense, and we'll see what they're going to do. Is it looks like they're going to be pushing sort of the mid-map A side of the map, and Yafty trying to get a little bit aggressive here, seeing what he can potentially find. That stun's not going to find anything quite yet, as both teams just playing patiently for information. And it's going to be Donkers. The sniper is still out by BDD. And BDD actually does find one as he takes out Liam. Not even sure where he even got that kill at. But he continues to fire away with it. He's watching couches, and oh my god, that timing was atrocious. He was about to get a kill, but instead gets taken out. But now he's got the dead silence. Donkers. Oh my god, the timing is so awful. And just like that, Whiplash does finally find him. And sure, the last one alive, and he's got a 1v3 to deal with. There's one kill. Is he going to be able to find any more? As both players are mid-map. Push it's going to come from the side, and the shots come in. And MES get their second round of the board. Back-to-back impressive rounds, and the aggression is very much so there for this squad. They aren't going to let you push them around on either offense or defense, and so far, the ability to kind of dictate the flow of each round has worked out in their favor. We'll see how .WRLD decides to respond here, what kind of adjustments they make. The B push did not work last time. I expect to see kind of a hit towards A, playing for a little bit more information and trying to make their rotations off of that, but I'm curious what kind of sniper play we're going to see from BDD this time, as he's actually switched to the Vaznov, so interesting there, is that's going to be a lot of information gained for MES, as they see exactly, oh my god, that's going to be easy kill for Yafty. He's not really sure what Euro was looking at, as Yafty able to find Liam on the bomb as well, and BDD able to find Donkers from long range with the sub. Moles once again all by himself, he gets taken out, and this has been clinical for MES early on here, as they've won 3 in a row to start us off in map number 2. And this is going to be a battle of hosts. It's, I guess it's going to be in favor of .WRLD. I think they should be, well, I guess I'm not really sure who's hosting this map. I thought it was going to be .WRLD, because we do kind of cater to the UK side of things, just because that's what the league is aimed for. But if this is the MES host, that would make a little bit of sense. If it's not, then .WRLD's got some explaining to do. But we'll see what happens here. Sure, I mean, mid-map stuns come in. He gets taken out almost immediately. This has just been incredible aggression, as I think Donkers, here's a lot of stuff happening behind him. Balls at least does find one, but he's still all by himself over here. Really, I don't think .WRLD has any clue where these players are coming from. The bomb's going to be stuck right away by MES. This is a bold, but also could be a really good play. This Mold's dead silence about to finish, and that's going to be unfortunate. Oh my god, he does win that gunfight. Great stuff. There's a stun is actually going to hit one. Can Donkers find this kill? Oh my god, that's really poor timing, but ended up working out as Mold and Donkers combined to get all 4 in the round. And that's going to be the round for .WRLD. They finally get their first on the board. Got a little bit scary, but really nice job to stop the bleeding. And good teamwork, but overall, that play by Mold was huge. He got a big kill over towards the B site, hung around long enough to catch somebody trying to get into a better position, and that kind of changed the numbers. Donkers in back. Almost got really bad timing, but I think he had a teammate back there with him, so either way, should have been traded out, but ended up a little bit easier than what it potentially could have been. That World trying to win an offense around. They've struggled a little bit here as they're going to be pushing straight towards B once again. And MES isn't going to get as much information as it did last time as Yafty is pushed a little bit further back. Still, MES not really in as close of a position to potentially push in here. Yafty's going to get caught. Molds flies in, does get the kill, and this is looking like a much better opportunity for the side of .World as opposed to last time that they pushed B. But they are still a little bit slow to get the bomb down, so we'll see if they can do this quickly or not. Bombs to be planted. Plenty of time to work. Oh my god, Escalera with the angle does get the kill through the wall. Liam does respond with the big-time grenade kill. Shuro's going to be watching this back doorway. Going to give up his angle that he had. I'm curious what Donker's just going for the full push. I really like this rapid. He's got to hurry. His teammates are getting shut up, but it's not going to matter as his teammates win the gunfights. And .World string together back-to-back rounds, and they're right back into map number 2. And Liam, I think that was a grenade, so maybe almost got stuck with that, but ended up winning the gunfight anyway, so it did not matter. Nice responses. You do see Molds carrying the weight for his squad. 7 and 4, the rest of his squad combining for 6 kills. We're going to see a pretty straight up push towards B here in response for MES as they're hoping to get another round on the board. Oh, and Molds, he hears all this. The information will pass along. Molds doesn't find anything. I thought he was going to get at least 1 kill out of it, but wasn't able to do so. That would have been big to make the numbers even, but now things are very, very difficult for .World as they have to find their way into the site. Donkers finds one. Oh my god, Escalera. Not sure what he was looking at, but he gets taken out as Liam finds Yafty. Now to be all down to BDD in a 1v3. Oh my god, he gets... That's not how you want to do it. As now they know exactly where you are. Diffuse is going to be coming in as BDD does find one. Actually, the player got off the bomb as BDD finds a second. The trade is finally there. But it got a lot scarier than it probably needed to be. As .World get the 3rd round in a row, they knot this map up. And now they're heading in the right direction to potentially take a 2-0 lead in the series. Man, PDD just absolutely melted Shuro there. I mean, it was like that was unbelievable. Mystique Mermaid, thank you for the follow. That is our 3,000th follow on the channel, so thank you very, very much. As we are excited to be bringing more content from EU on the main channel. We'll be doing this a lot more consistently. Well, I guess it's hard to be consistent when you don't do it at all, but going to be doing it a lot more often. As Whiplash, that stun should... No, I'm not even sure if that stun hit him. I think they may have been shorted by Liam. But this is a round that's a little bit different from what we've seen thus far, as we've seen a lot of aggression, a lot of first bloods, and Yafty's someone who's been able to get those first bloods. He might be able to find one here. Oh, there it is. Not really sure what Shuro was doing over there, but he does get taken out. And Yafty, it's actually really, really big for MES. Well, now it's even bigger because BDS found a kill. But the fact that Yafty was able to find that kill, realize that there was no follow-up from .World over there, could basically guarantee that it was still a push towards A. And Liam getting tagged up, able to survive for now, trying to get with his teammate. They are just playing as far back as they can, and unfortunately for the side of MES, Whiplash was kind of pushing. Did get a free kill, did .World. But now MES is just going to be playing this very, very patiently. You do have Yafty on the flank, and BDD did find a kill. There's going to be the last as MES stopped the bleeding on their side of things, and they get to round number 4 as they're looking very, very good here. But you see kind of both these teams really trying to read each other and trying to capitalize on any mistakes that their opponent makes, and so far it's been very impressive to watch. Very even map. And both these teams looking very, very strong in Search and Destroy, which is what you'd expect from Division 1 squads. BDD's going to pull out the boomstick once again. We'll see what he can find as we'll hop on with him. 9-5 overall. He's definitely been an impact player for this MES team. He's going to go to the more typical sniper spot here. What can he find? Not going to be anything peeking up there quite yet. Shots coming in, and it's going to be... Oh, what is Liam going to be able to do? Is Donkers does find first blood, but look who's running up top. It's going to be Escalera trying to find any type of angle. I think he knows that one's going to be back haul. Yep, he's going to. Shots of Escalera trying to find the angle, and actually Donkers is there to help out, so that's going to be big as they play together, take out Escalera, and Yafty with the stun in his grill does get taken out. This is likely to be a round for .WRLD unless BDD can pull off a miracle, but he at least does have the bombs, so things could be, I guess, slightly worse, but not by much. And if you're .WRLD, you know he's got the sniper now. There's no reason to peek him. 36 seconds to work with. And I don't expect .WRLD to give him much of anything. He's going to kind of rotate back behind. He does have time to get to B if he hustles, but even if he gets a bomb planted, it's not going to do a whole lot, you wouldn't think. And the dead silence is going to run out, so not going to matter yet. Bomb's going to be planted. He is going to give himself a chance. You start to see these blue arrows on the map start to kind of move a little bit, and just like that, they are going to all flick towards this B bomb site. And BDD's going to get a shot off, not going to land it, and we're not up at 4 rounds once again. As that 8th round goes the way of .WRLD. Now it's going to be a best of 3. .WRLD doing a very, very good job after a rough start, winning 4 of the last 5 rounds. But I feel like every time things start to really slide in favor of .WRLD, MES responds in a big way. Can they do it again here? As they need to hold on defense. Big offensive round here by .WRLD, and this map might be over. Whiplash with a slow map here after a really good map number 1. The aggression over towards B again. I don't feel like we've seen this a whole lot. Oh, Whiplash did get caught. Unfortunate, but Yafty's still here. Can Yafty do anything? He gets a one-shot up. He somehow found 1 kill. Could not find the second. He actually, I mean, he does what he can do. Important to get at least 1 out of it. I have no idea how he even got 1 kill, but that's why he's a better player than I am. But now it's going to be a 2v3 for MES to try to get this retake. Not the best weapons in hand as they both have ARs. Bowles is going to try to work on this player creeping up towards the site. Oh my god, BDS did find 1, but the trade's going to be there. Escalera, the last one alive, knows where 1 is. Not sure where the rest are as he gets stunned. And with 22 seconds left, it's not looking like it's going to happen as Escalera needs to pull out a miracle. There's going to be 1 kill. Can he find anything else? He's going to hop on the bomb. Oh, is Donkers going to time this right? Is he going to time it right? He's got to go. He's got to check this. It's not going to come in time as it diffuse comes in. And MES pull a miracle. I guess pull a rabbit out of a hat is probably the best way to describe it. But that is just a mistake for Donkers, and you have to check the bomb at some point. And a headsy play by Escalera just to stick it. Great play there. Great individual play by Escalera. Takes some balls to go ahead and hop on a bomb like that. But man, .WRLD, if they lose this map, they're going to be kicking themselves for even allowing that round to get that close. And MES can put it away here with an offensive round win. Donker's going to be watching for bottom bedroom. What can he find here? Nothing to be pushing up quite yet. Yafty, the closest one to him. We've seen Yafty in that position before. This is a battle of patience at the moment. BDD trying to work his way up. That stun's going to hit. What is... The grenade's going to fly in. Nothing going to be happening. Shots coming in, but Donkers is going to lose aim assist there. That grenade is going to... Oh, what is he doing? He's getting... Oh, that is... Donkers almost got caught as Yafty at least does find first blood as Liam trying to get aggressive. Shuro with a big response. And Donkers continues to just... I don't really know what Donkers is doing there. As a bomb was planted... But that's going to be the win for MES in impressive fashion. But just some kind of mental mistakes there for the side of .WRLD. But a big response for MES as they knot this series up. Do exactly what they have to do to keep this series close. But I think it's going to be the respawns that are going to be the most difficult for them to consistently win those gunfights with the host not in their favor. But a big response either way as we're heading to Hotel Control. So we're going to be sticking on this map, and we'll see what changes with the new game mode. But guys, I'm going to throw it to a quick intermission. When we come back, it is going to be map number 2, a series tied up at 1 map apiece. Don't go anywhere. We are about to get into map number 3, a important map number 3 as the series is tied up. MES with a big map number 2, 6-4 win on this map in Search and Destroy to knot up the series. And man, this has been a solid series thus far. Map number 1 not the closest, as it was a pretty good sized win for .World, but we'll see how the control plays out as trades going back and forth, but so far in favor of MES. Well, I say that, but now the A side finally opened a little bit for .World, and not a whole lot of resistance here for MES, which isn't shocking. They are going to have Yafty try to come from the backside, potentially find a kill, but he's going to get called out. That's likely to shut down anything unless he can go crazy and find a kill. Escalera not going to find anything either. There's a good angles there for .World, making sure that they stay down and don't allow any kind of crazy headshot multipliers to come in and screw up their hold, as they do capture A, have over 2 minutes now to work towards B. But this is the difficult part. Whiplash was spotted. We'll see what he's able to do here with dead silence. Donkers is there and waiting. He's actually going to get out with his life. As you see the rest of .World working their way on the backside, as Yafty's going to get taken out. That's going to be another big piece of this potential hold taken out. Taking out BDD there is just huge, as you take out the major anchor point. Oh my god, Escalera almost found a kill, wasn't able to actually finish it off. And Yafty trying to do what he can, but this is looking very, very good for .World, as Whiplash still up top bedroom. He's going to lose a gunfight as well. Things are not going well for MES early on here, as BDD trying to do anything but he goes with the grenade. At least does find a kill, but he's still surrounded as there goes the collapse, and things are going from bad to worse for MES as they continue to get top bedroom, which is a great spot to be on defense, but it's not going to matter when the rest of your teammates are just dying on the point. Flash trying to do what he can. He's going to get taken out. Shiro somehow eludes that grenade, and there are 2 more players gone as the last tick is worked on. Can anybody get here for MES? It's not looking like it, as all the gunfights are going the way of the squad in blue, and that's going to be a quick round win. And kind of like what I said in the last map, you know, host, I believe, is in favor of .WRLD here, and you're seeing it being a major benefit in the respawns. And that is a quick 1-0 lead. Really not that many kills that happened either. What was that 15, 16 out of 30? Just an impressive offensive push, and now it's going to be up to MES to potentially keep this map close. DD's going to get shots in, but taken out by Liam. Is that's going to be sure able to find another as well. Escalator at least does find one, but Whiplash kind of caught in no man's land there as Escalator's going to be caught as well. And the first push towards B is going to be thwarted very, very quickly. But Yafty now, oh wow, Muds is going to be over here able to find one to shut the oh, there goes BDD, you'd think. Nope, shots are not going to connect as a teamwork is going to be there. And now it's going to be an open A site for the side of MES. And this is kind of how I feel like we've seen Control be played out is if you can get a couple early kills on defense and really keep your opponent away from a site, then you kind of continue to push defensively and try to keep them from getting any ticks at all or from completing a point. But if you die at all or kind of open up that site to the point where they can get 3 or 4 bodies in there, you just leave it. Giving them 2 minutes to work toward that second point and play defense that way for 1 point, it's a lot easier than splitting the resources as Donkers rips one player. Yafty and Whiplash, you get a couple kills in response, but MES still plenty of work to do, evened up at 22 lives apiece. BDD trying to work his way through this middle part of the map. Is he going to be able to find anything? As Escalator and Yafty at least do find kills. And BDD is going to get tagged up, not finished quite yet as Shuro. Not really sure where he wants to go. Big gunfight win for him. Liam actually finds 2 on the flip side. And Yafty still in back is going to get this kill as he's just kind of playing nuisance. Curious to see if .WRLD is going to decide to put any resources into trying to find him. Having him back here is unfortunate, but it really doesn't do a whole lot as to helping MES get any ticks towards the B point. It's more or less just kind of a thorn in the side than anything. Is BDD working from the side, able to at least get one as he works his way towards top bedroom, but can he find anything else? He knows one's going to be down below the staircase, does get that kill. And on the flip side, now it's going to be Liam way in the back side of the MES side of the map. Shots coming in as Liam worried about that side door. And his teammates doing the gunfights on the front side. And Whiplash does get that gunfight. What is there going to be a trade? Nope, looks like Liam just continues to play his life, but he's going to get taken out. That's actually a big kill, and that's an even bigger one as BDD takes out Donkers. Sure, does have the streak to work with. What can he find as he does get taken out, but he needs this streak to get a lot of kills, as this is going to be... Sure only finds one with it. That could be enough time for Liam to get there. He is able to come up from the middle map, find the kill, and there's no one else on the point with 26 seconds to work with. 8 lives remaining. MES have actually done a good job of making this round close as Yafty's going to take it up by Shiro playing very aggressively. Can Shiro find anything else? Nothing quite yet, but he's just, once again, being that nuisance, able to find 1, able to find 2, able to find 3. And MES are going to need a miracle to pull this off, and it's not going to happen as there's nobody close enough to the point. Yafty's the last one here. He's going to get taken out, and there's just nothing they can do as time to expire, and the defensive hold comes through as WRLD take a 2-0 lead and now 1 round away from taking a 2-1 lead in the series. And it looked very, very scary there for .WRLD for a little while. MES was doing a really good job of playing up in the face of .WRLD, but I think it was Liam who got a big 2-piece over around the B point, along with Shuro getting a kill as well. So that really took out all the pressure for MES, and had they died kind of 1 or 2 at a time, there would have been huge, but kind of dropping in a wave like that caused a lot of issues as Whiplash does find a big 2-piece, and that's going to stop the push towards B right away as the offensive push is going to rotate over towards A. Yafty's going to get taken out. That's going to relieve the main person who's trying to defend the B site. Escalaro's still over here, but what can he find? Likely not a whole lot as Liam's going to get the snake effect there as he gets the gunfight win. But Bonkers is going to be... or Donkers, I'm sorry. I keep wanting to say Bonkers. I don't know why. Donkers and they get taken out over towards the A site, but that's, I'm sorry, B site, but that's not going to be all that shocking. 2 minutes to work with now as the A site is captured. And this is looking very similar to the first round, as Mulls is going to get taken out mid-map. Yafty prepared for this push from the backside. Liam, back and forth it goes. Liam somehow wins that gunfight. He had no business winning that as the positioning was there for Yafty. But maybe kind of put himself in a weird position in terms of aim assist. So it looks like he kind of lost it there at the end. And Whiplash, BDD, each find kills to relieve the pressure here as Donkers on the backside. Once again, just trying to be that thorn on the side, but we saw this done, I believe it was by Escalera on their offensive turn, and it did not work out. BD gone mid-map. Whiplash is here, as he's going to play this top bedroom area. Just going to roam, going to find as many kills as possible. And this is, once again, very similar to what we saw in the first round, but it's not going to work anymore as MES win the gunfights. They have a 3-life advantage. Liam is still on the point. I'm not really sure what he expects to accomplish here. As Yafty's going to, well, maybe take him out. Maybe not. As Yafty trying to find the angle, he is able to finish off Liam, but that got very, very scary. And even though it looked very promising for MES, they keep dying at the worst possible times, and .WRLD absolutely have an opportunity to get some damage on here on the B site. 1 tick already in. Kills coming in for the squad in blue tray. Oh, that team kill is going to be brutal. Yafty, the last one alive here. He does find one of it. Can he find anything else? His Donkers tagged up, able to survive. Oh my god, how is Donkers still playing on this box? And Yafty going for it. Donkers picked the wrong angle, and big play by Yafty. Oh, and Liam try to get the snake. Gunfight win again, was not able to work that time. This Mulls finds a big 2-piece, gets a gun and grenade kill. Oh, what am I watching here? Is Yafty just yeeted right into Shuro, but with 2 ticks in here at B, it's looking like it's going to be... Oh, Whiplash actually, I'm sorry, had a streak. He did take out 1. Mulls still here and watching. Barely got that kill, but was able to finish it off, and that's likely to be the last kill as the last ticks come in and WRLD get the 3-0 win here in map number 3. And definitely the slang in favor of .WRLD there, which is to be expected. As I stated earlier, host always a big-time factor in these types of matches with players kind of across the world. Definitely plays into it a little bit as far as consistency and gunfight wins, but either way, a very nice win there for .WRLD. They've been looking very, very strong in the respawns as they are so far 2-0 in those. Search and Destroy, maybe a little bit questionable. They had the opportunity to win that map, but overall, MES did a better job of clutching up when it mattered. But now we're going to be going to Fortress Hardpoint, and one of those maps where winning your gunfights can really kind of make the difference. Obviously, that can be said for any respawn. That's not an overly hot take, but Fortress is a map where you can really kind of be put in a blender a little bit if you're not careful. It's a very, very small map. There's a lot of choke points. If you are consistently losing gunfights, you can kind of just get caught in this sequence where you're spawning up and sprinting directly into ADSs, and it can happen repeatedly. And that's the only thing that kind of worries me about this coming map for MES. They've been looking very, very good in Search and Destroy, but in terms of the respawn, not being able to win gunfights consistently, can't put themselves in advantageous positions consistently, and we'll have to see how this map number 4 plays out, as it's a big one for them. I have to double check and see what their record is so far this season. As it looks like, okay, so this is MES's first matchup of the season. .WRLD does have a loss, but it's to first place 22 Onyx, so that shouldn't hurt them too bad, as that did go to map 5. So, their map win percentage so far about as good as you can ask for with a overall loss on your record. But this is big for both squads, as top, instead of everyone making the playoffs, I believe it's top 6 from each division, 12 teams total. So that changes things from season 1. But it puts a lot more pressure on teams to put a lot more effort into the regular season. Seeding is obviously important, but you have to make sure that you get there first. So that's definitely a big part of it. But guys, I'm going to throw to a quick intermission as we are getting the host set. When we come back, it will be map number 4, Fortress Hardpoint. Don't go anywhere. And big shout out to these teams on making these breaks in between maps about as short as possible. Love to see that, but we are ready for map number 4. .World with the opportunity to put this series away and take it 3-1. MES trying to push it to a silo search and destroy. Getting to a S&D map 5 would be huge for MES, but they've struggled so far in the respawns. Ball's trying to find this player. Oh my god, he had to turn around and find Whiplash as he did get the reach out. Got the angle there. But the first touch on P1 going to go the way of World as the wall bangs are coming in. Donker's there to help him out, but BDS is going to be able to find the trade, and just like that, .World winning the gunfights early on. The spawn from behind by Escalera could be a problem. We'll see what he's able to find. Well, just kidding. Balls was ready for it as he does win the gunfight. And the big thing to keep an eye out for now is this rotation over towards P2. Unlike on Embassy, this is a map where you can get a lot of time on some of these hills. They're P3, obviously a hill where you can get a lot of time. You know, P4, if you get your opponent pushed out far enough, can be very, very impactful. We've even seen teams do a good job getting time on P5. You wouldn't think that would be the case with how wide open it is, but teams that had those ARs watching over can watch those top windows, making sure no one's cutting through maps, and you can definitely get a lot of time on that hill. P1 on the rotations 2 through, well, I guess 2 and 3 can be very impactful as well, but we're seeing a good job by MES here to respond after a rough start on P1. Won the rotation for P2. Now they're trying to lock things in here. They're down by 4 points. I feel like a lot of times you see the team that didn't win the initial break do a really good job of breaking early on here on this hill, but MES, to their credit, has done a fantastic job. And now we're heading towards an important P3, one where it's very difficult to work through those choke points and kind of find the path of least resistance, as Maul's able to find 2. Donker is going to find 1, and the last one alive is going to be BDD, and he's nowhere close. At least he does find 1, but this rotation's going to have to start all over, a break attempt, I'm sorry. BDD is going to get called out. Ball's there and waiting. Almost a decent read by BDD, but just wasn't able to get any kills out of it. And this is why things are so difficult, is you have so many choke points to sprint through. Yeah, just like that. And that BDD is going to find the bullets as well. And wisely, you kind of see .World trying to spawn these players out, trying to push them back, as Sheer trying to do everything he can, but maybe a little bit overly aggressive there for the side of .World. And the players for MES, I believe, spawned towards P1, so they spawned very, very close. Were able to fight through that double doors choke point, and just like that, MES able to work their way in here for some scrap time. It's not going to be a lot of time, a little under 20 seconds, but it is going to allow them to take the lead back. And instead of getting a full 60 for .World, they're going to have to settle for about 40 points. And Escalera able to use that jump up. Really nice play there. Really nice knowledge of the map. And that's going to be 3-for-1 trade in favor of MES on P4. This respawn definitely going more in favor of MES to the first 3+ hills. It's going to blow up in Liam's face, but it's going to be the gun. I believe Whiplash, it does take him out. I'm sorry, to be BDD, it does take him out. Man, .Worlds are so far not being the aggressors, and you're seeing it in the kill feed, you're seeing it in the overall scoreboard, and they're kind of just on their heels a little bit, down by over 20 points, 15 seconds left on this hill, and we'll see what P5 is going to bring us. Yafty, another big two-piece. The Slang heavily, and I guess not heavily in favor because Mulls is 15 kills, but he's doing the heavy lifting for his squad. The early touch here on P5, all the way .World and Escalera, trying to find the angles. He at least takes out the trophy, which should definitely be a lot of help. But he's going to wrap on the backside, and he's going to get at least one kill out of it, maybe more. And he's able to find, no, did he get that kill? He actually did, I believe. I think he did take a lead, but BDD is going to be there to clean up all the scraps. And a really nice job by, oh my lord, how did Liam get that kill? He must have been absolute. Is that to be 4 down in favor of .World? And they're going to try to rack a little time here of their own, as it's been a brutal start to the map for them. I guess I say brutal. It hasn't been that bad. Down by less than 20. Donker's going to give up that gunfight as he ran right past somebody on the stairs there of maps. And this very well could be an important hill for .World early on. Obviously, one rotation in isn't going to be the end-all, be-all, but .World down 10 points. Kind of on their back heels there for the most part of rotation number 1. Need them on their way into P1. Donker's going to rotate over early for these spawns for P2. I like this play, but if his teammates all kind of die on the P1 hill, it may not really matter. And that's going to be a really nice start. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Donker's cannot lose that gunfight as Escalera absolutely peels him. And now .World is in a world of hurt. Down 40 points. It's going to be worse before it gets better. As MES have full map control. .World nowhere really near this hill. As Mulls going to get shot. Oh my god, how did he win that gun? Actually, I think Shuro ended up winning the gunfight, but Mulls definitely made it happen. And just like that, with 10 seconds left, .World are able to break in, but they're nowhere near this P2 hill. Liam's going to drop, and no reinforcements close by for .World. They're trying to work their way out of this potential trap. Escalera able to win that gunfight as well. He is playing well, 18 and 14. BDD is 26 and 15. The Slang heavily in favor of MES, so maybe they are splitting hosts. I guess that very well could be what the issue is here in the respawns. Sure, trying to come from the backside. Oh my, he just... That's going to be brutal. This is another perfect hold so far on this P2 hill. This has been the second rotation in a row where they've gotten a lot of time on P2, and I wish I had the stats to see exactly how many points they've gotten on this hill, but it would definitely be a big time difference maker. And Yafty all the way in back. That's going to be unfortunate. He very well could have just held his gunfire here, but Whiplash is going to win some gunfights either way. It's Shriek coming in, not really sure who's using it. It's going to be BDD. He's not going to find anything out of that. But his teammates did do their job, and now they have the early touch on P3. And they can potentially put it away here with the perfect hold. And it's not, unfortunately, going to be perfect, as .World do break their way in with 40 seconds left. So if there's any opportunity for them to work their way back into this map, it has to start right now. And they have to play picture perfect the rest of the way out. Gunfight's finally going their way. BDD's going to win one. The trade's going to be there. But it's still all up to Sheer, who's able to win one. Not able to take out Escalera. But his Donker's going to spawn close if he actually does. But he's going to lose a gunfight as he wasn't prepared for where Escalera may have been. But the savior was Liam, as he at least keeps the scrap time in the favor of .World. Balls. When he's got dead sounds pop, this guy is flying. And I like what he's doing wrapping on the backside here, not kind of going through that predictable side. Grenade came out, wasn't able to find Moles, but the gunfight was there in a trade for Escalera. Liam trying to find his way through, but he's information everywhere. He's got a couple players looking at him, the stuns, the grenades, the kitchen sink, everything coming at Liam here. He's going to try to use the smoke, and it's going to work out well. Well timed is a, I don't know what the trophy hit or what that was, but WRLD able to break in. They're able to win the gunfights early to keep MES off the point. Nice job here by WRLD to at least get themselves on this map. Only 34 points they need for the side of MES to take this map, and Liam all by his lonesome as the last couple seconds are going to go the way of MES, and they're going to be pushing the scrap time wisely. And Ball's going to get taken out. He's definitely been the impact player for his team. Shiro trying to win this gunfight. Not able to do his BDD just continues to finesse, but Donkers gets it with a big two-piece, and once again, a rotation that really wasn't perfectly played out is going to be won by WRLD for the time being. Oh, Shiro with the big gunfight. What is he continues to play his life here and installs. That's going to be 3 down in favor of WRLD. They've done a really good job of making this difficult for MES. They're very well could just be delaying the inevitable, but they've done a great job of making things tough. Now, on the flip side of that, WRLD hasn't really gotten any time off of this map positioning, so hard to say if it's just, you know, wasting time or if they're actually putting themselves in a position to potentially win this map. Now we'll see the rotation towards P1 as Shiro does get taken out, but this is a hill that MES has done a good job on. Between that and P1, they've really been able to dominate. Oh my god, you gotta win this gunfight. It's not gonna matter as Mulders drops. And that stun ruined all of his chances to break his way in and make a great individual play. The last couple of seconds are ticking through, and we are gonna see a map number 5 in this Division 1 matchup. And that was just a uphill battle for the side of WRLD. Just couldn't really win any gunfights. It was an impressive showing from MES as the waves and waves of kills were coming their way. But overall, a very impressive map for MES as they do push this to an silo S&D. And if you're MES, this is your best opportunity to win this series. Looked very good on Hotel. But, you know, once again, I unfortunately don't know exactly who is hosting what map, so that definitely changes things. Sorry, guys, let me update the halftime Discord views. I apologize. There you go, partner. There you are. But, man, that was a really nice map by MES because there were definitely opportunities for WRLD to work their way back in there. On that second rotation, they really did a great job on P3, P4, and P5 did WRLD, but they weren't able to accrue a whole lot of time off that. Even though they had numbers around the hill, they broke early, they rotated early, did a really good job overall through those 3 hills, but they weren't able to just get anything off of it. I think maybe accrued 60 points throughout those 3 hills, even though they had the majority of the map presence. So kudos to at MES, but that was also MES kind of knowing what the situation was too. Didn't feel the need to throw bodies and lives at something that may impact them on the next hill too badly. Just a really good job by MES to take advantage of what the WRLD squad was giving them. And let me go see. Oh, looks like we're going to be ready to go, I think. We are. Okay, so it looks like we are ready to go for map number 5, as it's going to be a silo search and destroy. But man, that first search and destroy is really, really impressive by MES. Started out really, really hot, and I think they won the first 3 rounds. WRLD brought it back with 3 of their own, and then it was just kind of back and forth from there until 2 in a row to finish it for MES. But you saw some opportunities for .world to potentially take that map number 2. Are they going to make those same mistakes here? We'll see. As I think a silo is a little bit tougher to really lock things down. There's so many kind of weird angles people can come from, whereas hotel's a little bit more straightforward. But we'll have to see how this plays out. I'm excited for it. Hopefully you guys are as well, as we are getting into it here. Yafty pinging 170. That is rough. That's impressive that you're pinging 170 and still able to win these maps. But we're off and running here, and the last map of this series, either .world is going to go 1-0 on the season, or it's going to be a 1-1 start for MES, as they're looking for their first win. I'm sorry, .world is actually 0-1. I am confused. But just like that, kill is going the way of .world, and it's all going to be down at Yafty. And it looks like he's running. He does have the trophy, so that really makes things difficult. Having no dead silence to work with makes these clutches damn near impossible. And he has a relatively good idea of where these players might be at. Well, I say that, but he's then shot the grenade in the wrong corner. Knows where one is. Does not know he's behind or below him. He's actually going to go for the chow. Yafty wins that gunfight, so it's going to be a 1v2 now with both these players on the A bomb site. There is a stun to work with, but the trophy's going to be here. Yafty's got a hustle. Time working against him. And that's going to be a big-time kill for .world as they do get the first round on the board. So already a better start for them than in map number 2. As the solid setup for the side of .world. And I believe they knew the bomb was down there, so that definitely makes life a lot easier as a defensive squad. Now we'll see what .world can do on offense as they held serve on defense. We're going to see a much different setup here for MES, at least towards the A site, instead of having their sub players inside the site. Donkers getting some shots down, but nothing connecting quite yet. That grenade's not going to hit either. Both teams just kind of playing for information. So I believe Liam may have seen somebody. Oh, I don't know if he saw him or not. The grenade's coming in. Molds is going to drop. It's a big player to lose early on. But Liam is here, able to find one of response. Escalator to take out Sheer, but trades going back and forth as we are still knotted up at 2 players apiece. What is Escalator going to do? He's got the dead silence popped. What can he find? I believe it's... Okay. Starting to tick down. That's going to run out. He's just going to try to reposition and play this angle. What are these players for .world going to do? Oh, Liam's going to get the angle. He did see Escalera peek out there. That's going to open up the B bomb site, and it's going to go down. It's going to be all down to Yafty. Yafty, oh, we didn't actually see that player that's back on his side of the map up on the mountain, but now it's going to be very, very difficult for Yafty to win these gunfights. He at least does have the gun for it. I think Liam should be able to hear this. Yeah, he hears all this going on as Yafty getting the shots in, and wisely, Yafty is just trying to... Oh, and Liam's going to get the angle. Really nicely played there by Yafty, considering the circumstances, but wasn't able to win any important gunfights. That's going to be a 2-0 lead for .world. Ping definitely may have been an issue there. Big round number 3 here as .world has looked very, very good through 3 rounds. And Donkers is going to keep that rolling as he takes out Yafty. And you look at Shrew on the flank. He's able to find... Oh my god, he can finish it off. He does. That's going to be a grenade kill as BDD drops as well. And now all down to Escalera as things are going from bad to worse for MES. Information sort of gained. He definitely hears one near him, but not exactly sure where at. That stun's going to end up catching nothing. But in a 1v4, Escalera's options are very, very limited, to say the least. Once again, the attempt to get information was not successful as Escalera's going to get taken out. And finally, WRLD do get their 3-0 lead, as it looks like they're just kind of cruising to the finish line here. But I said that in map number 2 as well, where MES had the quick 3-0 lead, and it got brought back to a very good map. So we'll see what happens in round number 4. Liam 5-1 start, Molds 3-1, Donkers 3-1. Just not a lot of kills coming out from MES early on. None of these rounds have been very close. We're going to see a similar defensive setup as Escalera watching this mid-hallway. Expecting maybe some aggression, but it's not going to be there. But speaking of aggression, Whiplash coming on the backside at least does find one. Try to get the pre-fire for potentially a second, but it was not meant to be, as he's just going to rotate back, get into a better position, try to save himself. And well played by Whiplash as he gets a kill, gets out with his life. And BDD able to find one as well, but Liam does at least get a trade. But Liam's going to get absolutely collapsed on, to say the least. Now Donker's in a position that we've seen MES many a time so far. The bomb is unfortunately down, but Donker should be able to grab it. He hears these MES players, just doesn't know exactly where they are. Not much time to work with here as Donker's going to get shot in the back, and MES do get their first round on the board. Thanks to the aggression from Whiplash, and you see how key that dead silence can be. And this is going to be an important round for MES. Need to keep momentum going in their favor if they want to make this map interesting, but that's not going to help as Donkers finds the first blood. Liam, along with Mullers in this B, so this A room, as Donkers finds another. Nothing going well for MES here so far in round number 5, and that's the opposite of what they needed. Good shots there by BDD, but wasn't able to finish off Mullers. That would have been a big kill, as a trade wouldn't have been there very quickly by Liam. But now WRLD knows where these players are for MES. And the trade is there for Liam that time, as BDD does drop. Yafty's going to get taken out as well. And WRLD do get their 4th round on the board, and they are 2 rounds away from taking the series and even up their season record at 1-1. That was a really nice round by Donkers as he was hanging out towards that B site, just watching that push through field. Got a couple kills, and that's what you need from your AR players. Stun's going to come in from Liam. No information gathered as MES has not been playing inside the site. And it's going to be a quick plant for Liam. Let's see if anything else happens. He's just going to stick this wisely. But BDD trying to get a position. Does see one. Muller's able to find that player, though, as BDD drops. Escalator's going to drop as well, as this is looking good for .world. Whiplash at least does respond with 1. His Whiplash responds with 2. And now it's going to be all down to Shiro in a 1v2 situation. Oh, he's able to find one. Oh, wait, actually, Yafty got off the bomb. He may have actually had it, and that's going to be a gunfight win for Shiro, and he finds the last 2. He clutches up the 1v2. And Yafty got cold feet. He very well could have stuck that, as I think he may have had it about halfway by the time Shiro won that gunfight. But man, just the unfortunate decision to hop off the bomb. The small things of this game that can keep you from winning or losing rounds. And now potentially the last round of the series. World trying to put it away here, up 5-1. Escalera able to find the first blood as Liam drops. Oh, but look, coming on the side. Where was that player? Moles does find one, but I think there was one from the side door. Oh my god, Moles finds another. Can he find a third? He's not going to be able to. His BDD is there for the trade. Shuro's still watching on the top, and I thought there was someone coming from the side, potentially, but... What a really nice read by Shuro there. I think he may have actually heard that player. I don't know how the sound was that good for him. Not far away is Donkers is going to drop all down to Shuro once again in a 1v2. Being planted. I don't think Shuro can see this. Oh, he did actually see it at the end, but it's not really going to matter now. Oh. A lot of movement happening here for BDD. The shots are coming in, and Shuro does get a kill. It's 3rd in a row. Now all down to Yafty, as he's in a good spot to watch if... Oh, well, maybe not. I think Yafty does know that he moved now. Shuro's gonna... Ooh, this is just tough. He doesn't have time. Oh my god, Yafty went and checked the bomb, and Shuro's gonna get another 1v2 clutch, this time for the map and series win. And that is gonna be a 3-2 win for World as they clutch up. What a crazy finish there. Oops, sorry guys. Let me update this. Forgot that was for our old overlay. Apparently we haven't seen a map 5 since then. Oh, that looks awful. There we go. But it's kind of crazy to see how Yafty played that at the end there, because that was a very similar situation to... what was it, round 9 or 10 or something like that in on Hotel Search and Destroy when the Ninja Diffuse came in. Yafty unfortunately was in a really awkward spot where he timing wise had to go check it, couldn't wait too much longer, and Shuro does get the clutch, back-to-back rounds, 1v2 clutching, and that is the win for World as they do get their first win on the board. And in pretty impressive fashion. Obviously, went back and forth. I assume that's very much so host-related. But both these teams, I think, are squads to look out for during the season and then come playoff time. I'll assume both are going to be there at the end. So excited to see how this all kind of plays out. But overall, very impressive to see these squads go at it. But anyways, guys, for those of you that tuned in, thank you very much for doing so. Thank you for giving us or hitting us up with the follows. Hopefully we see you in the future. My plan is to be casting maybe 1 or 2 of these a week on this channel on top of what the casters are already doing. So if you guys need casters, definitely make sure to reach out. I'll try to keep my eye on it as much as I can. But we'll definitely do what we can to get as many matches casted for you guys in the EU region. But thank you guys very much. Have a great weekend. Hopefully you guys have some fun and are able to watch some COD, which I think is happening right now. So hopefully you'll be able to watch the CDL. But anyways, guys, have a great weekend. We'll see you next week, and take care.